This documentary was inspired by my sister, Tessa Marie Horan, a Peace Corps volunteer. She left for the Kingdom of Tonga October of 2005. When a family member commits to this agency, in a sense, the whole family joins. At least this was the case for our family. The Pieces of a Life for Peace makes this story a tribute to what my mother considers our greatest resource, the young people of the world, who together carry the torch to inspire change.
Recently, I stumbled upon Mahatma Gandhi's quote, "We must be the change we wish to see in the world." I had read this quote many times before. However, this time I was struck a bit more deeply. I don't believe that by joining this core of people throughout the world, that I alone will be the change I wish to see in the world. Or that by joining, I am somehow better or more giving than others. But I do believe it is a seed for change that will grow when watered and cared for. While in service, I expect the journey to be difficult and full of many things unexpected. However, I do expect that all my ideas will be challenged. I foresee a change towards a great worldly vision. I am seeking to fall into communities and share the human quest for togetherness and simplicity. I am seeking change.
A new batch of Peace Corps volunteers from the United States are in the Kingdom and were sworn in last evening at the Tonga National Centre, Tofoa. They are the 70th group to Tonga. The 14 volunteers were then sworn in. After their pledges, they were then presented with certificates.
Hey, hello. These are all my buddies. Hello. Hi. We're about to leave for our new home. This is us chilling out, trying to take pictures on a CD for you. I love you guys. See you soon. Well, maybe not, but I love you.
After joining the Peace Corps in October 2005, Tessa Horan left for the Kingdom of Tonga. Following her months of training, she was assigned to the village of Tuanuku on the island of Vava'u, where she was to live for the next 2 years of her Peace Corps commitment. Tonga is a miniature kingdom, made up of a group of 170 islands, 45 of which are inhabited. They form a necklace in the South Pacific, just west of the international dateline. With Samoa and Fiji, Tonga is the cradle of Polynesian culture. Captain Cook called Tonga the Friendly Islands, and the people are warm and giving. These are some pictures Tessa took of the Tongan landscape and people, formerly a British protectorate. Tonga gained its independence in 1970 and is now part of the British Commonwealth. There are miles of white sandy beaches fronting clear lagoons which hold some of the most beautiful and varied reefs in the world. Huge waves crash onto the coral rock, sending waterspouts 60 feet or more into the air. The limestone trilithon, built in the 13th century, is called the Ha'amonga Maui, said to have been built by the demigod since the stones are too large for a human to lift. It was the gateway to the royal compound. No one starves in Tonga. There's always a neighbor to share a meal. The Peace Corps has sent volunteers to Tonga since 1967. Though there is little real poverty in the island, shortages of teachers, especially in math and science, make it hard for Tongans to get a complete education. Tessa's degree in elementary education made her a perfect fit for the village of Tuanuku. Her students liked her immediately, and she formed a soccer team for the village youth. The term youth in Tonga refers to anyone unmarried and young. You can be 30 and still called a youth.
E whawhalawa tu I he aho tu site ka ua sino e whiwhininga ofa Amerika a Tessa Horan o Santa Fe, New Mexico. Aia nā ne malolo I aho
Tessa Horan I he ngahi wiki si ko hangatu. Na e hoko
Na dota mai ai kinu kalofani ane fiafi a sino e pekea me ngau e whalawatu a taha me ofisi. Ngau e ofa Amerika inu kalofani o whafi ao a sino e pekea kena family I he wikaha o.
On February 1st, at approximately 2:30 a.m., the director of the Peace Corps, Gadi Vasquez, phoned with news that an accident had happened, and it was fatal. We later learned Tessa had been attacked by a shark, and the shark had taken her right leg. It hit her in the femoral artery. When that artery is severed, the longest you can live is about 1 minute. The friends she made in the Peace Corps will never be the same. The Tongans have woven Tessa into their legends. Her death would prove to be her destiny.
Piece by piece, piece by piece, piece by piece.
My name's Devin Burke, and I was blessed to have Tessa Marie Horan in my life. I remember the day we got her back from the Peace Corps. I remember seeing the wooden box she came in, and it was really dull. It was like, I don't know how to, like it was just a wooden box. That was my sister in a box. And I have her around my neck right now. This is her ashes. Like, we all carry her ashes around with us. So she can protect us. I'm a little wild child sometimes, so I keep her to kind of, hopefully, maybe keep me safe and give me inspiration in my life and keep her close to my heart.
When Tessa died, I had never really confronted death or thought about grief. And so as an artist, my way of healing was to make art and do a piece. And so I decided that I would create 3 portraits. I like to paint with oils. I used pictures from the Peace Corps, so they were very recent, and had painted parts of her face on these blocks and then assembled them. And Christina had given me some of Tessa's childhood blocks. And so it was really exciting to have a piece of her history to be incorporated into these portraits. I remember one time when I was visiting Venice, and I had visited Exie and Devin at their home, and Devin was so cute. He came running up and he said, "Look, I got a tattoo." And Devin's tattoo was so amazing. It was this heart on his wrist, similar to what Tessa has right here. And I guess she and Devin had been experimenting with tattoo ideas. And so his really tied in with her logo, and that's kind of, here's a picture of it. And this was something that's been on all of her cards. We call it her logo. It was great too, because the tattoo that she had on her wrist, Christina and her godsister and her godmother and Scott, her boyfriend, all went out to go get it tattooed on their wrist. And I think it was the first time Christina left the house to go anywhere. And so it was really special for them all to get that same mark that Tessa had, and to have, you know, just another part of her live with them forever.
And the ashes just sparkled. They were like just glistening, as if she was communicating with us. And the flowers stayed right on top of the beautiful glistening ashes. It was very compelling. It was an amazing, amazing experience, an amazing day.
There's only one corner of the world you can be sure of improving, and that is your own self. And then it says, "Love, Tessa."
We would like to help her and us continue her work of making a difference in the world.
We came to realize with surprise that the Tongan ambassador and the National Tongan Society in the United States had never met Tessa before, and yet they arrived in New Mexico with at least 8 people in tow to commemorate and give condolences to Tessa. This young woman had become a part of the folklore in this small country of 100,000 people and was honored as such.